Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, that website address for you if you don't already know what it is. It's www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you guys very much. I know I say this every time, but it's important for me to say this. Thank you for sending your email questions. Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I really do try to get back to all of you. I've been getting many, and I think that's really awesome, and it helps me know what kind of content you guys want me to do more videos on, because I think that I covered it all, but then I get questions that I realize that I did not, and so thank you very much. I appreciate that. So this one, and by the way, they are all anonymous, so don't be afraid to send in your questions. Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. It is absolutely free. Alright, so this one says, let's get to the meat of it. I'm a registered nurse, so the business side has been a learning curve. I started my research business with zero business experience. So this is someone who opened her very own small research facility. Alright, and bear with me as I'm reading it for you. I have 2 physicians I contract with. I usually have 5 or 6 enrolling studies and 3 or 4 ongoing studies at a time. I would love to know how most research facilities are staffed, and I have tried to find the right mix. Right now it's me, I'm an RN, I have a medical assistant that works as a coordinator, I have another medical assistant that does lab and is like a receptionist. I am able to get studies, do all regulatory contracts, budgets, make source documents, see patients. The other coordinator see patients and enters data. I can't find time to recruit, and the other coordinator doesn't like to recruit. Do most facilities have a salesperson that recruits patients? How is that person paid? So these are like a lot of questions. Let me start with how most research facilities are staffed. I think that's a good title for this video. So obviously you need a PI, you have that. You need a sub-I, you have that. Now what I would do is, you have 2 doctors. So what I would do is give one of your PIs, obviously whoever's the PI, the other doctor will be the sub-I. Okay? You have a coordinator. Looks like you have 2. So what I would do, the research coordinators I hire, and this would work especially well with you because you are doing a lot of the coordinating yourself, is to hire someone straight out of college with a bachelor's of science, anything science related, anything related to your medical therapeutic indication. Like if you're doing psychiatric trials, you want to hire psych majors, bachelor's people who just got out of college, and take advantage of the fact that, despite the fact that it sounds bad, take advantage of the bad economy. I mean, you can get really good, really smart people for relatively low salaries right now, and that's not always possible. It definitely was not possible when I started my business in 2005. That was not possible. So definitely take advantage of that. Train this person so that in 3 to 6 months they could pretty much take over your coordinating role, and you can serve more of a QA, quality assurance person at your site. Because when you have a young site with relatively new staff, you don't want to make mistakes. Mistakes can get made, and you don't want to make them, so QA is very important. Medical assistants do well as far as vital signs, labs, processing the labs. That is absolutely true. Also, if the coordinator cannot do that, either because they don't have the necessary credentials to do that, or the training, definitely medical assistant is good for that. Medical assistant can also enter data, although usually the coordinator should do that. As far as doing contracts and budgets and regulatory, that is you. Although I think you should give regulatory to the coordinators as well. So definitely train your coordinator to do all that stuff. Then you can do more of the recruitment. Since your problem right now is you don't have the time to recruit. It's not that you don't want to. So your main goal is to get these coordinators up to speed to where they can handle these studies by themselves, with you QAing maybe once a week or twice a week if needed, and making sure that they're fully trained and know what they're doing. you can recruit. Now, let's say that's not an option. A lot of sites hire recruiters, and these are people who don't necessarily have a medical background, but it is a huge, huge advantage. But you can find a salesperson. I mean, recruiters are interesting in the fact that they can be young kids out of college that have some interest in research or science or medicine. Someone obviously with a open personality and is very social and engaging and uses a lot of their I guess left side of the brain. Is that the artistic one? Whatever side of the brain the artistic side is, that's the one they tend to use. The coordinators tend to be more analytical. They use that side of their brain. So sometimes coordinators do not make good recruiters. And so if you can do that, do that. If not, find a recruiter. Sometimes you can find people in the community who can be recruiters like on a part-time basis. But definitely recruitment is such an important part of research. You want to free up some of your own time away from the coordinating to be able to recruit. Maybe your doctors can help you out. And then once you figure out how to recruit and who your target population is, try to hire someone to do that. Then you can focus more on the QA role and getting more studies. So for now, I would say get your coordinator, get your PI, you already have your sub-I, get another RN perhaps to do different rating scales or whatever procedures you need an RN for, like physical, if your PI is not available, and the 2 medical assistants, and that's pretty much all you need for the amount of studies you have. If you have 3 or 4 ongoing studies at a time, you can actually, with that staff and yourself doing QA and recruiting and even a little bit of coordinating, you can easily double your ongoing studies even right now, provided that your coordinators get up to speed. And so you have to invest a little bit of time in that to free yourself up for doing recruitment. And hopefully this helps. Let me know if this completely answers your question or not. But basically invest some time now in your coordinators so that they can take on that role. You can do QA once a week and do recruitment the rest of the week. Hopefully this helps. I want to give my clinical trial guru producers a shout out. Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, Erdhart Clinical Trials, PTNR, Patrick Stone, Darshan Kulkarni, Biopharm Systems, Zymewire, Mozio, South Coast Clinical Trials, Breakthrough Clinical Trials, and St. Paul Medical Research Center in Miami, Florida. Thank you very much.